We see from the YouTube title, this is going to be a breakdown of how you can use Grok 4, the newest Grok model in crypto, and how to use it for crypto trading. You know, I saw a lot of Twitter posts basically discussing Polymarket is now broken or dead because you can now just use AI to perfectly bet it. I don't know if that's fully true, but I'm looking forward to showing both Pump.Fun and Polymarket using Grok 4 and seeing what we can do with it. It'll be fun. So first of all, Grok 4 only cost me $22 a month because I got a discount. They offered me like some 20% discount, so it really wasn't that expensive. I did not pay the $300. Just want to let you know that. First thing I want to talk about is a few things you can do with this. First, I just want to show you this, and then we'll talk about the task. So I asked Grok, okay, go to Pump.Fun, live monitor coins that will 10x, and I don't know, those that will not. And it actually did a pretty good job. It got me exact Pump.Fun link so I could buy it like that. It told me the amount of Twitter sentiment, like the amount of people talking about it, stuff like that. A lot of these were just really, really interesting. Look at all this. So I actually looked at one of these, and I gave this prompt about, this was like 10 minutes ago, I think. Let me go see. Yeah, I did this like 10 minutes ago, and the one I want to show you is, it said that Mooney might be a good one to look at. And look at this. It might have been onto something. And the reason it said that was emphasize it's no, I mean, I don't know if I believe any of this, but very low market cap, ideal for moonshots, high likelihood that a little bit of hype sustains. I don't know if this is the best way to trade, but I will tell you this. I did not buy this, so that's not the reason why the price went up. Grok talked about that when it was a little bit lower, so it did go up a little bit. Now, if we look at others, again, I don't think this is going to be like a great way to trade. I think you got to give Grok a little bit more filters because a lot of these coins are probably just going to go, you know, like to zero like that. But I did find it interesting that regardless of what happens to these coins, that it actually did a very good job of looking directly, like live Twitter sentiment for it. Another thing you can do if you're curious about this is you can also go to tasks, and this is something I set up. What I set up is I said, okay, so Grok, alert me to any real-time sentiment spikes on X, i.e. like Twitter, for any meme coin. And it actually does it every single day for me. And it alerts me via email and via, via the app. But as you can see here, this is Grok 3, but I do prefer using Grok 4. This stuff is Grok 4. Now, let me get into, I would say, the best part of all of this so far. I did a lot of different searches. I fiddled around a lot with Grok. I found that meme coins weren't really its specialty, although it did give good presentations. Do you want to know what Grok's really good at? Polymarket. Look at this. Yeah, so it gave me so many just like very smart things to do. It talked about arbitrage, about future games, Polymarket and Kalshi. This one was super, super interesting. This is telling me it wants me to buy the leading candidates for the Chile presidential election. It says 23% EV, assuming top contenders dominate. So interesting. And it wants me to buy the top two, essentially. Yeah. I mean, look at this. It tells you exactly how to do it as well. Total cost is 76.8. Payout, you know, a full 100% if either win, plus 23.2%. Look at all this. Yeah. Creative twist, if full sum across all candidates is, yeah, well then that's obviously for our profit, but very interesting thing right there. Now to show you guys the real market, just so that we're all on the same page, what it wants me to do is to buy the top two candidates. And it got the prices right. Look at that. So actually, ChatGPT did not do a great job of getting prices right. Grok 4 is very good at getting you like the actual prices. Like you can see right here, 45%. It's 45%. And 29% for Jara. And I don't know where it says, yeah, 30% for Jara right there. So how do we take advantage of this? Well, I think what I want to do is just do what Grok says here. So just set a order for 100 to expire today, end of day, buy at 43. I think that could easily get filled. Maybe I actually want to buy at 44. That would actually easily get filled, yeah. So I'm going to buy at 44. I think that's probably not a bad idea. And then I'm also going to buy the other candidate as well. And I'm going to do that at 28, as you can see right here. So this, I think, is for sure a super, super interesting way to trade, to use XAI, also known as Grok 4, to make these trades. Like I said before, I am confident that the best sector of crypto trading when it comes to AI, it's got to be prediction markets. Just because of just how broad they are, whereas centralized exchanges are just not as broad. It's a few cryptocurrencies you can trade. This is completely different. This is predicting the future, which AI can be good at. Now, if I do this play, I will be buying at 28 and 44. So my combined costs would be only 72%. So that would be risking 72 to make 28. That would be the play. And Grok says that that's a very good idea. Easy as that. So yeah, really, really cool that it showed me that. Which company has the best AI model? Mispricing ARB. Again, another one. Subjective plus EV, XAI. Yeah. So this is just a bit of a repeat, but it did add in, I think. No, it didn't add in some others. So it does such a good job of getting a lot of information in one. I want to also show you the research it does, because you need to know what it's doing for the information that you get. You know what I mean? So it looked at 18 different Twitter posts, and then also 47 different web pages, all in Grok 4 did that in what, like 2 minutes? Yeah, in about a little over 2 minutes. I mean, it looked at all of these different markets, looked at the New York Times. It looked at the difference between the polls and the prediction markets on NYT. It looked at, I mean, all these things right here. Wow. It looked at different ways you can do Polymarket arbitrage. Let's also actually figure out if it was correct with the pricing for these games right here. This is not hard for us to see. All we have to do is just go to White Sox game that he was talking about. Hey, there's an arbitrage between these games, which I can look up very, very simply right here by just typing in Cleveland at White Sox. I think it'd be game 2. They might have been talking about game 1 though, but I guess we'll have to figure that out. Okay, why does it keep crashing? Whenever I type in White Sox, it just keeps crashing. Okay, so White Sox, Guardians versus White Sox. Yep, this would be it. These are the Cleveland Guardians are playing the Chicago White Sox. Oh yeah, so actually it's the live one. Got it, because it wouldn't be talking about the other one. Okay, so here's the live one. As you can see, 51-49. It's pretty tight odds. So obviously these odds are going to be constantly changing, but this is saying that there is a little bit of an arbitrage here. But it might have been talking about game 2, actually. But it is saying that you can get these at good prices. Interesting. Yeah, actually, it's right. Look, did you see what it just said there? You could have bought at 49. Did you see that thing pop up that said you can buy at 49 for the White Sox? Yeah. So there is a little bit of an arbitrage here, but not fully as much as I think Grok had really said it. It also said Tampa Bay Red Sox. Let's just go take a look at that, and then we'll probably end the video. But it really does such a good job. Better than any other large language model, to tell you the truth. I mean, it does a very, very, very good job. So let's go look at the Rays versus, what was it? Tampa Bay Boston, yeah. So Tampa Bay Boston, this is, you can see 48.52. For, this one, it starts tonight. And we can see here. So I don't really see any arbitrage here, whatsoever. 48.49, I don't really see any. So I think... Actually, maybe it is. There is a little bit of arbitrage here, but it's not a lot of arbitrage. Here's what I'm talking about. You can buy at 48 for Tampa Bay. Okay. And, that's the bid here. So, yeah, you get a bit of a cheaper price because you can buy at 48 here versus buying at 49 here. So, Grok was kind of right, but not fully. I think that with arbitrage, it's not as good, but with reasoning, it's very good. So, the last thing I want to say is if you want to use Grok 4 for Polymarket, what I would say is a better way is to focus it a little bit more, because this prompt I gave is just too general. Be creative. It's just too general. So what I want to say is give me specific plus EV, no ARB, bets on markets that are closing in less than a month. Study as much news as possible and try to look for crowd over reactions and get me plus EV prices to get to bid at. There we go. And yeah, and get me plus EV prices to bid at. So you can see here, it typically takes about 2 minutes, but it does a very, very good job at that. So in the meantime, yeah, like I had said, A few different things that you can do. So you can build projects. That's basically what I've been doing so far. As you can see, we have Grok 4, and yeah, you can do pretty much all of this here. Another really cool thing that you can do that I did previously is you can give it Google Docs this is super niche, but you can give it YouTube videos, or you can give it Google Docs that you've created or that you've downloaded, and that can actually train the AI to do things for you. So let's say that you find a very good way to trade, guys, and it's a Google presentation, a Google Doc. What I did was I actually created one, and I put it in right here, and it gave me such good trades based on the analysis that I had fed it. Let me just show you a little bit of a sneak peek of this. So take a look at this. I gave it basically the presentation I did on EV and GTO opportunities. And if you slow this down, because I am going to be scrolling, you will see, guys, these plays are insanely good. Like what it's telling me to do, this is a lot better than the Chile presidential election and the other markets there too. Like this is super high level good trades. Like, I mean, yeah, never be predictable. Like, oh my God, so many different things. I mean, yeah, this is not easy stuff to comprehend. Oh my gosh, approval, yes, no, volume, plus EV to, yeah. Oh, this is one that's really interesting. It wants me to bet no. It wants me to bet no. Fade elevated yes odds, for those that don't know, mean to bet no. So it's saying that I can actually buy no at 30%. And it's giving me all the reasoning why. So try to put a low bid to buy no is plus EV. It's just so good at learning different things that you feed it. And then it can get you live trades based on what you feed it, essentially. Like right here. And it shows you the AI like adjusted, like what it thinks is a good bet, essentially. Yeah. Very, very, very interesting. So here we go, back to this one right here. So the response, I gave it, give me plus EV price to beta. And now this will be the end of the video. But let's go see what it did for another Polymarket rundown. Pump.fun airdrop, no, it's 71. It says crowd overreaction to exit scam rumors have depressed yes odds. However, official news confirms ICO starts July 12th. Yeah. No major red flags. True probability should be around 50%. So it's telling me to buy yes. Yeah. It's telling me to buy yes to the Pump.fun airdrop. Interesting. So Grok did some research that other people might not be thinking about. There's so much going on here, but it's saying to buy yes. Well, unfortunately, oh no, it's trading at the right prices. Yeah, it actually got the prices correct. 100%. Look, because it says here, yes, where was it? No is at 71%. No is at 71%. So yeah, it does a good job of getting those prices, and it's saying we should buy yes. But I don't know if that's a great idea, but maybe for the video I'll do it. Yeah, bid yes at 38 to 40. Well, I can actually bid at 30, so I'll just do it. Let's just do it for like 20 shares. Why not? So we are going to get into this one right here that it will happen by July 18th. I will very likely get filled at 30. I'm the best bid, so I'm very likely going to get filled there. Fed interest rate change. This is a lot more complex. It really likes the idea of no change at 95%. I think it does. Oh, no, it doesn't actually. I was wrong. Sorry. Will Elon... Okay, this one. Yeah. It wants me to... What does it want me to do? Bid yes? I just love how creative Grok is. Some of these plays, like, I think this is a terrible play. But I think that this play right here is actually pretty smart. We'll see if the pump.fun, airdrop really happens, but it's basically saying that there's a crowd overreaction, right? And that might delay the airdrop. So I think that this does look like a good idea to buy yes. Yeah. By July 18th. And that's why we're doing that right here. So that is going to do it. Happy trading to everybody. I will continue to take these Grok-based trades. I will present them to you guys, the viewers, and we're all going to pretty much find out how this specific way of trading makes us money or loses us money. And I wonder what Elon will have to say about it. Happy trading. If you like Grok 4, then go pick it up. See you guys.